Game 3 of the day here at Fort Moore, Georgia, home of the 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Dan Hawkins and Joel Hines, delighted to be with you for the Army and the Marine Corps. The men take center stage first. It should be a good matchup. The Marine Corps 1-2, and Army coming in with a 2-1 record. And so both of these teams are primed and ready to go. Let's send it over to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
All right, next game we have Army men versus Marine Corps men. We're going to do the starting five for the Army men. At point guard, number 12, Donald Tenton. At shooting guard, number 1, Mark Bowie. At small forward, number 30, Carlton Ray. At power forward, number 23, Akeem Eccles. And at center, number 25, Randall Haley. Starting five for the U.S. Marine Corps men. At shooting guard, number 2, Karan LeBron. At forward, number 10, Joe Stone. At forward, number 14, Nyan Ashley. At small forward, number 3, John Carter. And at point guard, number 1, Christopher Harris. Officiants for our game, Mike, Greg, and Derek. Let's play ball, fellas.
Starting lineups have been introduced on the floor. We'll go through the Army lineup first for Wayne Walcott in the backcourt. It's going to be Donald Tenton at point guard, Mark Bowie, the specialist out of Fort Moore, Georgia, as the shooting guard in the front court. They have Akeem Eccles and Randall Haley, and of course we can't forget shooting guard Colton Ray, the top scorer for Army. For the Marines and head coach Brandon Mitchell in the backcourt, they've got Christopher Harris at the point. Karen LeBron is going to be the shooting guard, so the young guy getting back into the starting lineup. Small forward John Carter gets the call. Joe Stone and Nyan Ashley. And so we're about set to tee it up as Ashley and Haley in the center circle, and away we go from the Smith Fitness Center between the Marines and Army. Marines in black, Marines in the red. Right away, Haley puts it in off the glass.
Haley establishing himself early in the paint. Backs his defender down. Right shoulder, left hand jump hook.
We talked to Coach Brandon Mitchell just a few moments ago, Joel, and they got a game plan tonight.
They do. They want to keep it scrappy. Take it at Army's best player, which is number 30, Colton Ray. So we'll see how they execute their game plan.
Fast and violent.
I think we're in for a treat tonight, partner.
Me too. Me too. Akeem Eccles into the paint. And Army with a nice start. And Brandon Mitchell says, give me a timeout. We're less than a minute in. Army up by 4. Just underway here at the Smith Fitness Center. The Army with a quick couple of buckets from Eccles and Haley, and the Marines called a quick timeout to talk about it. So back to live action here. Game number 3 of 4 here this afternoon. We're in the night session, and Chris Harris takes a shot, can't connect. And Army in transition here. Tension on the baseline. That was smooth.
Army got out to a big lead the first time these two teams played. Like you said, Coach Mitchell calling the early full timeout. Trying to prevent that this time around.
13-2 run to open that game. That was the opening game of the tournament for both squads. Marine Corps lost that one 88-79 as a turnaround shot from John Carter won't go, and it's tension running quickly up in transition, and there's only one other black shirt in the front court. 6-0 lead here in the early going. Colt Ray for Army had 18 points in that game. Randall Haley had 17 for Army. It was a 6-point game at the half as Joe Garello rattles it in and out, but Joshua Wallace, who came into the game at the timeout, drops in a point.
Absolutely. Wallace got his first start last game, comes off the bench early this game, and makes his presence felt on the inside.
Keem Eccles. Talked to Wayne Walcott, the Army head coach, before the game, as that ball rattles around and taken down by Army. He said, hey, we need to limit the turnovers, and we have to match the Marines' intensity because they know that the Marines are going to bring it.
The Marines, there's no back down in the Marines and these Warrior athletes. Very resilient, always coming to fight.
Wallace looking for some help. Army men are 2-1 in this tournament. As Wallace tried a little 8-footer, won't go down. Army's only loss was the 3-point loss to Navy. We were here for that one, and it was a lot of fun.
As we've seen in this tournament, you can throw records out the window. Every team is going to bring it, play hard, and do their best to win.
Mark Bowie.
Colton Ray making a play, driving the paint, defense converges, and Bowie finishes on the layup on the receiving end.
8-2 run by Army to start this game. Chris Harris gonna go all the way to the basket. Can't get it to go.
Unfortunate, missing the lefty layup. Wallace was inside. Big target, calling for the ball. Marines unable to get it to him.
So a couple of substitutions here. Lance Stewart and Will Rogers report in for the Marines. Jakari Chambers and Marvin Tucker for Army.
Within the first 5 minutes of the game, Coach Mitchell is going to try to find the lineup that's going to give the Marines the best chance to pull this game out.
Colt Ray. Tucker tried to save it, and Chris Harris just could not hang on. And Army will keep the basketball here. Nearly 5 minutes gone by. That was fast.
It'll pick up here sooner or later. The pace, that is.
The Marines got their first win last night. As Colt Ray and a whistle. That foul on Will Rogers. But Joel, Navy could not get by the Marines last night, and the Marines get their first win of the tournament. They outscored Navy 45-34 in the second half of that one.
Yes, the Marines were determined to get their first win against a previously unbeaten Navy team. And they're looking to carry that momentum over today against this game against Army in their rematch.
John Carter had 25 points and 3 triples in that win. Chris Harris had 19 points, but he ran the point last night for the Marines.
He did, and we see him again as a primary ball handler today. So Coach Mitchell sticking with that philosophy.
Mark Bowie, the specialist from New Orleans, Louisiana, at the free throw line. He's got 4 quick points, and it's a 10-2 run by the Soldiers to start.
The Marines must stop the bleeding. We don't want a duplication of what happened the first game, as Carter on the catch and shoot off the screen drains it. He's very capable scorer and outside shooter.
Carter with 3 triples last night against Navy. His first one of the day today. Lead down to 5. Bowie, man, he's so super smooth.
He's super smooth in the drive, but the Marines have to be there and help side rotations to stop those interior buckets.
Gorello wants another 3. In and out. Rebounded by Chambers. Navy trying to push that lead out past 7, and they do. And Colt Ray gets his first basket of the game.
Colton Ray's eyes were wide open as he saw the undersized William Rogers in the post guarding him. Turnaround jumper, he converts off the glass.
Carter up off the glass.
The bank is open today. Carter last night, even though he had a barrage of points in the second half, got in foul trouble in that first half. So it's important that he stays on the floor tonight.
14-7 and a takeaway by the Marines. Chris Harris on the run. Rogers got partially blocked by Bowie.
5-on-4 for Army right now as Rogers is in the backcourt.
Jakari Chambers, but Randall Haley there to help his teammate out. Haley's got 4.
Haley making his presence felt on the interior. A couple of inside buckets and an offensive rebound.
Outlet pass, and Jakari Chambers got stood up there by Joe Gorello, even though he gave up some size.
Great defense by Joe, challenging the shot and not making it easy for Army in transition.
Harris. Can't drop it. Colton Ray, long NBA 3 for him.
Jakari Chambers finds Colton Ray with the trail 3-point shot in the secondary break. Great basketball.
7th triple of this tournament for Colt Ray. Army by 11.
Turn heads, can't miss this. Run it up, it's my fitness. Windows limousine tinted. Stay up out of my business. Hey, you can never break me down. Need more to take me out. They was all cool back then. Now they wanna hate me now. Funny how it goes. Can I get a countdown and drum roll? No time ain't an option, no. Sit back, watch this unfold. Hey, but it ain't nothing, let me tell you something. Hey, yeah, one shot, one chance. Look, time spot, been a plan. Talking drive time, 100 bands. Yeah, we pull up, got the guy high, been a man. Hey, yeah, one shot, one chance. Look, time spot, been a plan.
19-7 the score, a 12-point lead for Army. Army 6 points from Mark Bowie, 5 from Colton Ray to start. John Carter has 5 for the Marines. Joshua Wallace with the other 2. This game huge though when you think about the standings, Joel, as Marines at 1-2 and Army at 2-1. Marine win could even things up.
It could, and with the deficit that the Marines lost by for the first game, it's important if they do win this game to try to get that tiebreaker.
Mark Bowie and 1. Bowie with 8 points here in the game's first 8 minutes.
Bowie's athletic, he's a slasher. He's establishing himself early right now. The Marines really have to shore themselves up on defense, especially in the interior.
11.3 points a game in this tournament for Bowie. And he has 9 to lead all scores with 12 minutes to play in the first half. 22-9 the score. Marines need some offense. Foul is going to be on Bowie, yeah. Randall James, Sergeant First Class out of Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, into the lineup. Only the second time we've seen him this tournament. Inside for Carter. And Army not shy about going after Carter.
And Carter's not shy about putting it up. Found there by William Rogers, flashing into the paint, goes into his mid-post games and tries to create something for himself.
And Bowie picks up his second foul, so we'll need to watch that.
Absolutely. He's off to a hot start for Army. Him getting in foul trouble could really impact their team.
John Carter, 22 points a game in this tournament so far through 3 games. He's a 73% free throw shooter as well during the tournament. And he hits the first one. He was 4 of 7 from the stripe last night.
And sometimes as a scorer, all you need to do is see the ball go through the hoop. John Carter comes out for a breather, though.
Army doubled up on the Marines right now, 22-11.
Impressive start for the Soldiers.
Harris. I said Harris, but both of them were Harris. Harris against Harris.
The Marines could use a good offensive possession here, ending in a made bucket to get this lead down to single digits.
Yes, Harris lost it on the baseline.
Harris is a determined offensive player, resulting in a turnover right there. Carter comes back in, spelling Harris.
Colt Ray handling the rock for Army. Working against Carter. Screen on the pick and roll, but nice help D there from Jacody Ross. Carter, yes, a 3-ball for John Carter.
Started on the defensive end, punter with the show, great defensive rotation. The steal by Ross leading to the transition 3 by Carter. That's ideal basketball on both ends.
Long 3 connect for Randall James. He had 2 triples last night, did James. And James with the rebound right there. Army looking to push their 11-point lead, approaching the 10-minute mark of the first half. Akeem Echols.
Marines fronting the post. Rogers attempting to help from the weak side. No call from the ref. Army converts for 2 on the inside again.
Jacody Ross steps in from 17 and buries it. Much needed offense from a different source.
Great job, triple threat, 1 dribble pull up, mid-range, drains it.
Akeem Echols goes all the way to the rack and a whistle. And a tough break for John Carter.
Two early fouls by John Carter. We'll see how Coach Mitchell handles this.
Akeem Echols had 7 points against the Marines last time. There's that last play.
John Carter wasn't quite set there on that charge attempt, resulting in the blocking foul. Echols to the line.
Second free throw forthcoming. 11 of 16 from the free throw line in the tournament for Echols. Pushing 70% as Ross No dice that time.
Interesting to note that both Harris and Carter, with a 13-point deficit, are both on the bench.
Nyan Ashley out with it. Carrillo on the baseline. He'll take that shot. Put back for Ashley. Won't go. Ashley in there battling, and Army finally down with it after a couple of opportunities.
Ashley trying to create a couple of opportunities for themselves. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on to the ball. Haley comes up with it.
Colt Ray wants the three.
Colton Ray just sizes up his defender and shoots over Joe Gorella.
Karen LeBron with the shot right there for the Marines. And right now, Army is all over the Marines by 16 points here with 8:35 to play in the first half. Randall James for three. No. Karen LeBron out on the break. And a bad pass that's stolen away. And it's going to be Donald Tension.
Army's in the passing lane, steal by Eccles in the pass ahead to Tension for the flush.
Let's watch it again.
Tension getting above the rim. Great finish.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Army up big.
I've been on grind since I owe 10,000 hours the motto. They see the bag is coming out and flocking to me like I won the lotto. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Yeah, I gotta get it. Get it, don't mindset. Hey, back with a vengeance, back on the grinds, back to the business. Hey, God is my witness, they watching my moves.
8 points for Colton Ray, 9 points for Mark Bowie. And Army right now, Joel, all over the Marine Corps.
Army is in absolute control of this game on both ends of the floor. Fast break, half-court offense, their defense.
Jakari Chambers, specialist out of Fort Carson, Colorado, whistled for the foul. It's going to be his first. And Will Rogers at the free throw line, and he misses the first. Rogers did not score in yesterday's game, averaging 3 points a game in the tournament. And 0 for 2 on that trip.
Though they're down by 18, I expect the Marines to chip away and make this a game. They've switched defenses to a 2-3 zone. Let's see how this works for them.
Tucker for three. Got it.
Great zone offense by Army there, working the ball around, getting the ball in the middle of the paint, kicking it out for a wide open three in rhythm on the right wing.
21-point lead. But if we've learned anything through this tournament, as Garello launches a three, Harris down with the rebound, the shot clock resets, and a foul. No lead is safe.
No lead is safe, and there's no quit in the Marines. I expect them to chip away at this lead throughout the rest of the game.
Jalen Punter in the lineup for the Marines.
Punter is an active force inside, both offensively and defensively, willing to do dirty work, loose balls, rebounds.
John Carter near the baseline. Turnaround jumper. And rebound by Army. Tanner James has come in, number 20 for Army, giving them some good minutes.
He has. He knocked down a 3 earlier. Maybe he'll get an open look against his zone.
Chambers. And Tyrone Beal earns a trip to the free throw line. Lance Stewart, the guilty party for the Marines. That's a 5th team foul on the core. And the first free throw is missed. They call Tyrone Beal the Godfather.
Wily old vet.
Yes, sir.
Former Bowie State product, played in the MEAC as well as East Carolina. I'm sorry, Bowie State's in the CIAA, excuse me.
2 bodies hit the floor. Carter, open look 3. He'll bury that every time.
Absolutely, the Marines called the play for him. Elevator screen coming from the top, catch and shoot in rhythm.
3 triples in the game for John Carter. Leads the Marine scoring ledger with 13. Colton Ray wanted a 3. He's going to slice and dice his way into the lane, though, and lays it up and in. He's got 10.
Colton Ray has an offensive package capable of shooting it from the outside, but chose to drive the ball there, evading the defense, connecting on the left hand.
Jillian Punter, no. Chris Harris, yes.
Chris Harris is really active on the offensive boards right now.
A foul and 1. And Jakari Chambers gets fouled by Jillian Punter.
Army is really establishing themselves early in this game, jumping out to a 21-point lead.
Joe Stone into the lineup for the Marines for the first time. Fort Jackson, South Carolina. As you look at Jakari Chambers there at the free throw line, the Fort Worth, Texas native, averaging 6 points a game in this tournament. And that's his first made free throw of this tournament. He has 3 points. 22-point lead right now for Army.
There's a lid on the basket right now for the Marines. Unfortunately, can't get anything to fall. Meanwhile, Army is in a good rhythm.
Darian Clinton into the game for Army and commits a foul. Coach Walcott maybe taking advantage of getting in a few guys to give some other guys a little bit of rest with this early lead.
Absolutely, has some of his key players on the bench right now getting a breather. It's imperative that the Marines in the half in the last 5 minutes to cut in this 22-point lead. You see the Marines setting double screens, ball screens, any type of screen to try to free Carter for his jump shot.
Harris, and it looked like a whistle away from the ball. Jillian Punter called for the offensive foul. That's his second. And that's going to be the 7th team foul. And so Army will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1 here. And Brandon Mitchell, the head coach for the Marines, having a conversation with one of the officials. And the free throw is missed by Beal. That's a 3 ball.
Much needed bucket by Cameron Williams. Harris found him in transition.
43-24 the score. Army. Tension. Lost the handle. John Carter gets the offense going.
Great on-ball defense on the defensive end by Williams, resulting in a fast break. Punter draws the blocking foul. Colton Ray trying to stick his nose in, but he wasn't set.
Jalen Punter, a new addition to this Marine Corps squad in 2024. Stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Averaging 4.7 points a game. Just 2 points against Navy yesterday. Let's take a look at that last play.
Jalen Punter is a locomotive coming at you.
Woo.
Colton Ray has a lot of courage getting in front of there, but that's the type of player that he is. He doesn't back down. Punter is a Georgia product here in his home state. A welcome addition to the team. Really established himself in camp.
Second one on the way is good. He's got 2 points. 17-point lead for Army.
The Marines are steadily chipping away. They were down by 22, but again, there's no fight. They have to string together some stops and some scores.
Randall Haley. Shot clock at 8. What a bucket from Akeem Eccles.
And Army continues to attack the paint and convert on layups.
John Carter. Every time.
Carter comes off the triple. Another much-needed bucket for the Marines as they're down 16.
4th triple of the game for John Carter. He's got 16 for the Marines. Randall Haley. That one was in and out. And the basketball will stay with the men in black.
The lefty Haley loves to jump hook over the right shoulder anytime he can get it.
He does. So Eccles will inbound here. He tried to free up Ray for an open shot, but Joe Stone was all over him. Open look, won't go down. And that's going to be Marine basketball. And I think we got a true glimpse of the strategy right there as they were all over Colton Ray, the Marines were.
Army loves to set ball screens for Colton Ray. You can find him often going to his left. And the way the Marines defended that was by trapping. He retreated all the way to the half court. They took him away from the basket, so we'll see if that continues.
So another opportunity to dig in here for the Marines and knock some more points off that deficit. Pick and roll to Punter. And Chris Harris ends up with the basketball. He'll throw it up in the lane. Smooth move.
Steadily chipping away the Marines are.
Lead down to 14 for Army. They're led by as many as 22. Randall Haley.
Great post feed there by Eccles. Led Haley into his shot. Drop step, lefty layup, converts.
6 points for the Army big man. Harris stops from the elbow. Colton Ray, an outlet. But Marvin Tucker found himself by himself. We'll see what he does. He goes to the rack. And they'll say last touch by the Marines.
Luckily for Army, that ball went out on the Marines. Tucker did not have the numbers there, but he still persisted to the basket.
Eccles to inbound. Colton Ray, unlike maybe some of the other games we saw, he's kind of ceding to the strategy a little bit, and he's finding other players on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Haley right now is very active and actively involved in the offense. There we saw a face-up against Wallace. Wallace, good defense there.
Army has been able to stay without Mark Bowie, who has 2 fouls for quite a while. And Joe Stone picks up a foul.
That just goes to show the number of weapons that Army has. Bowie was off to a quick start early, 9 points, and they still maintained their lead with his absence.
Colton Ray, 78% free throw shooter in this tournament. Makes the first. And has 11 points.
Partner, are we on triple-digit watch?
Look at you coming around. Okay. But yes, I think we are. 1 for 2 on that trip for Colton Ray. Army with 48 points. The highest scoring first half by any team in the tournament so far.
Right now, they are in a great offensive rhythm. Let's see if they can sustain that throughout the course of the game.
Randall James commits the foul. And clock stops with 1:26 remaining here in half number 1. It's been a fast-moving first half.
It has been. Fast-moving, high-scoring. The Marines at the free throw line looking to cut into this lead here.
Cameron Williams at the free throw line. Jacksonville, Florida native, has 3 points in the game.
The Marines definitely will not go down without a fight. I expect them to make a game out of this, continue to chip into this lead. Obviously, Coach Mitchell will make adjustments at the halftime.
Harris battling Wallace for the Marines, battling.
Harris couldn't convert on the chippy. Colton Ray did a great job of finding and following on the dump off.
Wallace almost lost it. Cameron Williams wants a 3. And a rebound taken down by James.
Coach Wilcox wants Army to slow the pace right now. A little less than a minute to go. You're in control of the game. No need to rush.
Colton Ray off the back iron. And it's Williams down with the rebound. Army D, though, getting back quick.
Colton Ray loves to pull up when he has that ball screen going left. And very capable of hitting that shot.
That Army defense gets back in a hurry.
They do. Their transition defense is going pretty well right now. The Marines can't get anything easy, whether in transition or in the half court.
Carter working against Tucker. A little 2-man game with him and Harris. Turnaround on a baseline is good for John Carter.
Carter is a scorer. One of his patented moves in the mid-post turnaround jumper. If it isn't that, watch him creating space in the step back.
18 points in the first half for the midshipmen. Colton Ray and John Carter at the buzzer, and it's going to fall a little bit short. And the Marines have chipped away here, and they trail 48-33 here at the half.
Again, I expect the Marines to come out, try to cut into this lead. We'll see what adjustments both team makes as we gear up for an exciting second half.
Colton Ray leads for Army with 11 points. Bowie with 9. We'll be back in about 14 minutes or so. Get you set up for the second half.
Of it, that's what you gotta do. Never be pressing it, I'll just be listening. Learn from the best, never be stressed. We say this. Watch me go, watch me go. Better than before, better than you know. Watch me go, watch me go. Better than before, better than you know. We'll take it off. You've had your moment. Let's show it off. Let's keep it moving. We are the best. We are the movement. Brand new world, take it over. We are the movement. I don't quit, don't give up. Mama had to raise me tough. I stay fit, I stay focused. No commotion, let's refocus. I don't quit, don't give up. Mama had to raise me tough. I stay fit, I stay focused. No commotion, let's refocus. Watch me go, watch me go. Better than before, better than you know. Watch me go, watch me go. Better than before, better than you know. We'll take it off. You've had your moment. Let's show it off. Let's keep it moving. We are the best. We are the movement.
did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, 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 dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. Please don't ever fix your mouth to try to diss him. I can rearrange your teeth like novice dentist. Snap like Thanos, turn to dust my competition. But I preach non-violence, so I just dismiss them. Ocean all my flows, I wear all my gold. Two can't sell my chain, you just follow your nose. Cross your like Kyrie, I'm so grimy, leave slimy. Size none of my foes, next to greatness, they look tiny. Ooh, yeah, 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 ayy. All y'all look like steak. Ooh, yeah, 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 ayy. I'm finna finish my plate. This ain't even a game, it's a dinner date. Curse my competition, watch me dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, 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 dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate.
Fresher than some Altoids or Mentos, I've been froze. Better with the alloy, I mean metal, I spit those. You let her see a bad boy, she slick, oh, I spin those. A feather like a wave for it, I'm quick, so don't slip wrong. Oh my God, tryna dominate it all, yes I go hard. I need 50 for a show, give me the whole pie. Drifting designer, you know that I'm on you in the end zone, but you still getting for that lyrics special, but I still go and know this way. Shaw real raw, yeah, you show me how to fall, yeah, link on the floor, roll it coast to coast, yeah, we gon' take the throat, whipping a horse like a Trojan.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, 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 dominate. I did not come to play, I came to dominate. Dominate, 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 dominate,
top pit, how sweet. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fight through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Grinding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine, yeah. I'm making a play, the game on the line, yeah. I've been on the grind, yeah. I jump in the spot, I made it my time, yeah. Look in the sky, yeah. The stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already, emotional, working devotion. We put in this time, look. You won't stop my stride. I'll just break your line. I don't tolerate wasted time. Coming to take what's mine. Can't stop, won't stop, won't. If you really want it, gotta own it. Blood, sweat, tears, if you take us down, keep fighting. Off day, gotta bounce back. Might have took an L, we don't count that though. Remember back, we was down bad. Now the way we looking, gotta doubt that. I know you see the way we moving, giving game. Better listen like a student. Don't talk bad it, be about it, do it. Look here, really ain't nothing to it. I got proof for you like tenfold. Always down for the team, 10 toes. You been hater, we been on. Won't quit till I'm in the end zone. Won't stop till I hit the goal line. Never been the one to need a cosign. Can't stop it already, emotional, working devotion. We put in this bedtime, look. You won't stop my stride. I'll just break your line. I don't tolerate wasted time. Coming to take what's mine. Can't stop, won't stop, won't. If you really want it, gotta own it. Blood, sweat, tears, if you take us down, keep fighting. At the end, I'll be there waiting for the rest. I'll take pity on the man who couldn't keep up with my best. No contest, no. You won't stop my stride. I'll just break your line. I don't tolerate wasted time. Coming to take what's mine. Can't stop, won't stop, won't. If you really want it, gotta own it. Blood, sweat, tears, if you take us down, keep fighting.
The Marines find themselves on the short end of the stick, 48-33 here as we get ready to start the second half. Dan Hawkins, Joel Hines, game number 3 of the day here at the Smith Fitness Center at historic Fort Moore, Georgia, home of the Army Maneuver Center of Excellence. And Joel, not the game that we thought we were going to see. It's been all Army.
It has been all Army, but I fully expect the Marine Corps to give a valiant effort here in the second half. It's imperative early in the second half that they get off to a good start to try to cut this lead down, maybe a goal at the 16-minute mark, see where you are, and see how the rest of this game goes.
Marines will inbound to get us started. Colt Ray leads all scorers for the Army. He's got 11 points. Akeem Eccles has 8. Mark Bowie with foul trouble has 9. John Carter, though, 18 points in that first half. He's single-handedly keeping the Marines in this game.
Absolutely. Carter's a prolific scorer, and that's what he does. I expect him to keep it up.
Chris Harris, yes. Good start for the Marines. He's got 8.
Great start for the Marines. Carter's running mate, Chris Harris. Baseline J to open the half. Good start.
Army led by as many as 22 points in that first half. And Akeem Eccles, he's been looking strong of late.
And that was a strong drive with the contest by Chris Harris. Great finish.
Yeah, Eccles now with 10 in the game. Wallace back in there in the starting lineup for Brandon Mitchell.
Absolutely.
They're double teaming Harris. Now we'll see what Wallace has got against Colton Ray. Off the glass, no, but Joe Stone, yes.
A little hard there by Wallace, but Stone was there to clean up the action.
Lead at 13 for Army.
Marines coming out in a little three-quarter court, half-court pressure, then falling back to a man. They attempted to trap Colton Ray, but Army converts.
Army loves to see Mark Bowie back in the lineup. His first basket of this second half. He's got 11 in the game. Joe Stone. Nice couple of possessions for him.
Absolutely, but on a made bucket, you cannot give up a transition dunk.
Donald Tension now with 6 in the game for him. 54-39. Army, Joe Garello, and he's going to get fouled.
The Marines are very determined here in the first couple of possessions, getting a couple of points, converting. Now they go to the free throw line.
Randall Haley for Army picks up his second foul. Garello unable to connect. Garello's 0 for 3 in the tournament at the free throw line. He had 8 points and a couple triples in last night's game, the win over Navy.
Garello's a good shooter. The Marines again in their 1-2-2, three-quarter court pressure, dropping back into a man-to-man matching.
Haley skips it over. Now it's Colt Ray. And it's Jalen Punter down with the rebound. Almost had it taken away by Haley. Carter and Bowie fighting for the loose ball. And the ball will stay with the Marines. Those passes from Colt Ray, man, he looks like he could be a quarterback.
He finds his teammate. He has great vision. He's a playmaker. He can score. He has a complete offensive package.
Garello. And perfectly executed by John Carter as well.
Absolutely. Garello coming off solid screens by his teammates to drain the right wing three.
Haley dunks it in. And a quick timeout on the floor. Army up 13, 3 minutes in, second half. Over 3 minutes gone by here in the second half between the Marines and Army. Don't forget the women are coming up next. So Army women have proved very formidable, but they had a tough loss to Air Force yesterday. So we'll see how they rebound. The Marine women, though, coming off a high of their own after their win over Navy. And Chris Harris, high as well.
Absolutely. He rose up on that mid-range jump shot off the dribble, very capable of making that shot. He drains it.
It's an 11-point game right now, so Army's know they're in for a battle against the Marines, and a missed shot. And it's Chris Harris to run the Marine offense. Coast to coast. And Haley. Oh, and they're going to call Eccles. So that's just going to be his first. That would have been the third on Randall Haley.
Fortunate for Army there, but Chris Harris is showing that he's coming out aggressive, trying to get his team back into the game.
The officials work out something at the free throw line with 16-17 remaining in the second half. What's that old saying? Familiarity
breeds contempt.
It's competitive out here. It's so funny, though. They're so competitive on the court, and then you see them all at the hotel and friendly with one another. And
Absolutely. Between the lines is very competitive. But again, the Armed Forces Tournament is all about camaraderie among the services, mutual respect.
Randall Haley on the baseline puts it up and in.
Chris Harris cutting it to short single digits was short-lived as Army finds Haley to extend the lead back to 11.
Now Harris delivers a 3. And don't look now. It's an 8-point game.
As we expected, the Marines making a game out of it, chipping away at that large lead that Army had. They just have to keep at it. Stop, score, stop, score.
John Carter carried a lot of the load in that first half. Chris Harris for the Marines with 9 points in the second half.
Now, if Harris and Carter can get it going together, the Marines will be very formidable.
And another opportunity for the Marines.
Important offensive possession here. Harris directing traffic.
He thought Stewart was going to go more to the baseline, but Garello now open. Stewart, though, with the putback, and it just won't go in. Nice rebound from James. Colton Ray now wants a 3 of his own. And he got fouled.
That's very unfortunate. They have to close out and contest under control, especially three-point shooters. You never want to send a player to the line for 3.
Joe Stone gets charged with his second foul. And Colt Ray, who had 11 points in that first half, 1 for 2 at the free throw line, makes the first one. Let's look at that foul again.
Any daylight that Colton Ray sees, he wants to put it up. Not a lot of contact there, but he did get hit on the arm.
Last night in his 23-point game, he was 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Misses that one. It's a 10-point game. Lance Stewart tries to go baseline. Randall Haley made it tough. Colton Ray was also there. Looking a little wild out there. Army will reset their half-court offense.
Bodies on the floor. They get the ball into Haiti. Post up. Great cut, but couldn't convert.
Army saves it, though. Haley. Colt Ray. And a whistle. And Will Rogers of the Marines picks up a foul here. Nyon Ashley into the game for the first time here in the second half.
Colton Ray is very shifty. Change of pace, change of direction, attacks defenders under control.
Is basketball the only place you can be called shifty, and it's a good thing? And how about Mark Bowie? That was shifty.
Absolutely. Left wing 3 by Bowie, who's having a heck of a game.
Well, Rogers got caught underneath the bucket. Bowie has 14 points in the game.
The Marines cut it to 8, but Army's here They're on a 5-0 run, extending the lead back to 13.
63-50, 13:40 to play. And a turnover.
The Marines have to be strong with the ball, at least get shots on every possession if you can to get yourself back in the game. Can't score without the ball.
Colt Ray working on Rogers. Now it's Haley. He'll take the 16-footer.
Harris daring Haley to shoot there on the face-up in the mid-post.
Ashley with the rebound. The Marines still fighting, and they got the ball back. Harris for three. Ashley poked it out of bounds.
Couldn't quite corral the offensive rebound, but Ashley is very active around the offensive board, trying to keep the ball alive for his teammates as the Marines extend their pressure.
A little extended ball pressure here in the backcourt by the Marines.
They didn't press to trap, but Army starts their offense with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Poked away by Harris, and then a whistle very, very late there.
And that was very unfortunate.
Harris whistled for the foul. Brandon Mitchell, the head coach for the Marines, saying, can I get one down on the other end? And the officials now are having a discussion with Army head coach Wayne Walcott. And Randall Haley is going to come to the scorer's table. And Tyrone Beal going to check in for him. And so Haley's out of the game for the moment with 12:36 left to play. So getting a little heated inside the Smith Fitness Center.
It is. Intense matchup between the Marines and Army.
And Harris just picked up his second consecutive foul.
Coach Mitchell imploring the refs to call the action both ways.
Beal puts in the free throw. 29 starts at Bowie State for Beal as a senior. That was a minute ago. How about this? Beal averaged 21.1 points a game as a senior in college.
How about that?
Harris and a whistle. Beal with the old school raising his hand to acknowledge the foul. I like that.
The elder statesman.
Yeah. And they actually gave the foul to Randall James, not even to Beal.
Sometimes as a veteran move, the reserve who has fouls to give wants the foul called on him instead of one of Army's key players.
As you saw the foul right there, and I think they got it right. Harris puts in two. Lead still at 13, so that's kind of where we're hanging around right now.
Ended Army's 7-0 run.
A lot of time left in this one.
And Army is in no rush. They have control of the game. They lead.
Bowie just not able to connect, and Harris brings it out for the Marines.
Good defense by Ashley. He's long, he's lanky, he's athletic, he can test shots.
Joe Stone. Joe's played a really good game.
He has, and he's been active on the offensive board. A couple of putbacks, excuse me.
And another opportunity for the Marines to get this into single digits.
Give Will Rogers credit there on the defensive end, forcing that turnover. And of course, Ashley comes up with the steal, and it leads to a Joe Carter 3. The Marines cut the lead to 8.
11-12 to play. Carter with 21 points.
It ain't no contest, no way. You ain't in discussion, not even a prospect. Yeah, you better go and get to meditating. Yeah, we coming for you, no hesitation. Might as well call the league up, tell them put the trophy on reservation. Been going up, that's elevation. No holding back, no preservation. Treat off season like postseason, no days off, this dedication.
Game time, don't expect us to play nice. We got plans to take every record home. One thing you should know is how to.
Yeah, you better go and start meditating. Yeah, we coming for you, no hesitation.
Single-digit lead now for Army with 11-12 to play in this one. The Marines have just been hanging around. Army's played well. Marines just starting to put it together now here in this second half.
They say basketball is a game of runs. Army with the 7-0 lead, and the Marines come back and respond with a 7-0 lead of their own to cut it down to 8.
Traveling violation, and Eccles, the court monster, I think, got him.
Absolutely, and who's around the play? None other than number 14, Neon Ashley.
I'm kind of reminded of the other night when we had Army coach Wayne Walcott on the broadcast, and he said no lead is safe.
It isn't, especially against the Marines. They're never going to quit.
The Marines are defending champs of this tournament. Trying to even their record at 500 with the win. Ashley in the paint, yes.
Ashley is really effective right now on both ends. Offensive glass, inside attempts, defensively. The Marines go to a 1-3-1 zone defense, giving Army a different look.
Eccles, though, makes him pay. He's got 12.
Ends the 9-0 run for the Marines.
67-59. And the clock approaches 10 minutes to play. Cody Ross, and it's Eccles down with the rebound.
Couldn't quite connect on the mid-range jumper out of that horn set the Marines just ran.
And Haley threw it away. I think he was looking for Colton Ray, but just threw it away.
The changing defense giving Army some trouble. Haley tries to look for the skip pass, but didn't connect. And the Marines have a chance to cut even further into Army's lead.
See the Navy men's team in the crowd, taking in the action. Why not? Some good basketball.
It is scouting their next opponent.
Chris Harris working against Bowie. Ashley, that was at his feet. He recovered. Turnaround jumper, though. In and out. What a rebound from Joe Stone.
And again, we've mentioned his name quite a bit here in the offensive glass, keeping opportunities alive for the Marine Corps, giving them second chances.
Haley, foul number 3, something to keep an eye on here.
Couple of key players for Army with 3 fouls. Haley, Bowie, great block there on the backside, inbounds play, out of bounds.
Carter back in the lineup quickly, just got a quick breath. Harris working against Akeem Eccles. Eccles not giving him any quarter. And he poked it away out of bounds. Quick hands.
Great hands there by Eccles. As Carter was coming over to set a guard-to-guard screen, he and Harris. That'll be a tough combination to guard.
Harris, a little step back. And Haley with the outlet. Here comes Army, 2-on-2. Tension, no, Eccles. And Eccles looked like he caught it in the face. So timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Bucket counted for Army.
Turn the heads, can't miss this. Run it up, it's my fitness. Windows limousine tinted. Stay up out of my business. Hey, you can never break me down. Need more to take me out. They was all cool back then. Now they wanna hate me now. Funny how it goes. Can I get a countdown and drum roll? No time ain't an option, no. Sit back, watch this unfold. Hey, but it ain't nothing, let me tell you something. Hey, yeah, one shot, one chance. Look, time spot, been a plan. Talking drive time, 100 bands. Yeah, we pull up, got the blind high, been a man. Hey, yeah, one shot, one chance. Look, time spot, been a plan. Talking drive time, 100 bands. Yeah, we pull up, got the blind high, been a man. I got no but gas in the tank, if the wrong guy really wanna contest me.
Back here inside the Smith Fitness Center on Fort Moore, Georgia, day 4 of this 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Got a good one brewing here between Army and the Marines, a 10-point game. And the Marines have been basically battling all afternoon to stay in it. Harris, and he commits the traveling violation, so a wasted possession for the Marines out of the timeout.
A little indecisive there by Harris, who's shown to be aggressive here the second half. Unfortunate, untimely turnover at this juncture in the game.
Donald Tension from 18.
Big time shot by Tension over the outstretched Nyan Ashley.
Rogers in there amongst the trees. Nyan Ashley can't get it to go. Carter, though, with the putback, yes.
Big time offensive rebound and put back by Carter.
Carter with 23 points, 5 in this second half, so he had a huge first half, but a little quieter here. Colton Ray has only had 2 points in the second half. The Marines have done a good job on him today, and he misses that shot there. And that was their game plan coming in.
Yes, but fortunately for Army, other players have stepped up, with Colton Ray not having the big game we're used to.
And Carter bails out his buddy Chris Harris after the missed shot. That one won't go. And Tension pull it back out. And somebody lost a shoe. And Chris Harris running around with just one sock on. Or one shoe on, I should say.
We've seen a little bit of everything in this game.
Ran so fast his shoes fell off. 7:13 to play here. So I guess some strategies work, and Army, you mentioned picking up the slack for their teammate Colt Ray. I mean, 13 points still ain't a bad day, for sure.
It's not. Bowie, Tension, they've really stepped up.
Carter with the rebound. This is a tough Army squad. And a steal. Bowie up ahead now, and it's going to be Jakari Chambers with the two-handed easy flush.
It's critical that the Marines are strong with the basketball, especially in this comeback attempt. Can't give Army easy opportunities in transition.
And Brandon Mitchell and the Marines want to talk about it with 6:34 left to play. As you look at that flush, Army up by 12.
Turn the heads, can't miss this. Run it up, it's my fitness. Windows limousine tinted. Stay up out of my business. Hey, you can never break me down. Need more to take me out. They was all cool back then. Now they wanna hate me now. Funny how it goes. Can I get a countdown and drum roll? No time ain't an option, no. Sit back, watch this unfold. Hey, but it ain't nothing, let me tell you something. Hey, yeah, one shot, one chance. Look, time spot, been a plan. Talking drive time, 100 bands. Yeah, we pull up, got the
Great crowd on hand here at the Smith Fitness Center as we hit the home stretch of this one between Army and the Marines. 12-point lead. The Marines have been hanging around, but just not able to get over that hump yet. Army doing a nice job keeping basically everybody else in check except for John Carter, but even John Carter in this second half has not pushed in too many points.
And out of that timeout, the Marines trying to free up Carter as well as Garello coming off screens.
11 points for Chris Harris, keeping the Marines in this one as well. Garello for three. And Colton Ray has it slide off his fingertips. So the Marines will get another chance here.
And chances are exactly what they need, Dan, to cut into this 12-point lead with a little over 6 minutes left to play.
Rogers lost the basketball going up in transition. Colt Ray, and he gets the ball knocked out of his hand.
Great hustle by Carter there in transition, D.
Two heavy hitters right there.
Yes, two great players going against each other.
I could see them as probable teammates on that all-armed forces squad. I mean, foreshadowing and all.
Yeah, but if I was a coach, I'd pick them both as well.
Point-blank shot for Bowie, missed. Marines had numbers for a brief second. Karen LeBron, runner won't go. And how about Jalen Punter? Four-time no and a foul.
And that's what Punter does. He battles inside on the offensive glass, keeping the ball alive, creating second chance opportunities, and earns a trip to the line for two.
Punter just 2 points in the game, both from the free throw line. And he missed the first. Still a 12-point deficit for the Marines. Need to make all these points with the clock stop.
After the free throw, the Marines in their 1-2-2 three-quarter court press.
Colton Ray, he was going for it all. And everybody's all right. But Colton Ray went in with the head of steam, meaning business.
He did. That's what you call going up strong. Army broke that pressure, easily getting the ball in the middle of the press.
3 of 5 from the free throw line for Ray as you look at that last play.
Good thing everything's all right there after that collision.
And a few misses here, keeping the Marine deficit at 11.
Army will be shooting free throws the rest of the way on every whistle. With a 12-point lead. But 5.5 minutes is an eternity in basketball, even down 12. The Marines are not out of it right now.
12-point game, full timeout on the floor. (74-62) the score. 5:35 left to play in this one. The Army men 2-1 in this tournament, trying to make a push to get to the championship game. They have the defending champs from the United States Marine Corps on the ropes. A 1-3 record would make it really tough to get back to Thursday's championship game.
It would, and unfortunately, it seems like right now the Marines have been unable to overcome that slow start, but I expect a championship effort from this squad.
Donald Tension gets whistled for the foul. That's his first foul. It's a 1-1 situation for John Carter at the free throw line. Out of Carter's 23 points, just 2 from the free throw line today. When he shoots free throws, that sound of the net, it's just so smooth.
Absolutely.
Nothing but net.
Doesn't even touch the rim. I misspoke earlier. The Marines will be shooting free throws the rest of the way, with Army having 7 fouls. So that's a plus for the Scarlet and Gold.
24 points now for Carter. Mark Bowie, that Army seems a little content to run some time here. Randall Haley just couldn't get it to drop.
Great interior D by Jalen Punter.
Karen LeBron, and he's going to earn a trip to the free throw line. And that one's on Haley. And I believe that's 4 on him. Indeed it is.
The Marines just have to keep chipping away here. They're not out of it. At the free throw line, a chance to put some points on the board with the clock stopped.
Lance Corporal out of Snellville, Georgia, at the free throw line, and he hits the first. Let's look at that last play again. He might have been good if he didn't turn.
Try to put a little English off the backboard, didn't he?
That's some old school right there. Put a little English on it.
I'm a decent pool player.
10-point lead, make it 9. Karen LeBron hits 2 in a row for the Marines. Just under 5 to play between Army and the Marines. And Karen LeBron and Akeem Eccles were battling down there, and LeBron takes the worst of it on that one, gets whistled for the foul.
Now with the next whistle, both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. So if you're the Marines, you want to defend without fouling and not give Army a chance to extend this lead at the line.
Eccles to inbound. Colton Ray. Rebound from Harris. Another whistle, and this one against tension.
LeBron has been aggressive the last couple of trips down the floor, earning trips to the free throw line. Hopefully he can convert for the Marines' sake.
When you get these opportunities, you just got to make the most of them.
You do. LeBron's a young player. His coach calls him full of juice, 19 years of age.
Four points for LeBron. It's a 7-point game, the closest the Marines have been in a long time.
Yes, and this is a huge defensive possession for the Marines. Army throwing it over that 1-2-2 pressure.
Nice move from tension, but he can't put it in the basket. Joe Stone all the way to the rack.
Great left-handed finish and transition by Stone. The Marines have a bounce in their step as Coach Mitchell barking, encouraging his team.
Marines down by 5. Five-point game here between the Marines and Army. Dan Hawkins and Joel Himes. Smith Fitness Center has seen some good basketball here in this first game of the nightcap. 2024 Armed Forces Basketball Championships. Army, 2-1 record. Trying to get a win here, but the Marines wanting to say something about it, and Colton Ray with a traveling violation.
Army a little out of sync right now. The Marines sticking to their 1-2-2, drops back into man-to-man, switching those guard-to-guard screens, and then forcing Colton Ray. Chris Harris, great defense.
Technically a two-possession game right now. Carter wants a three. And they call an offensive foul on John Carter. No, check that on Eccles.
Punter with the moving screen there. Trying to free up John Carter. Has to ensure that he's set. Very unfortunate call there.
Well, up on the board it says 23. But was the foul on Carter? Oh, Punter got the offensive foul. Okay. Tough break for the Marines. Have to stand up big here again on D. And how about Jakari Chambers on the baseline?
Yes, punter has to see the ball there. Got caught with his back to the ball, wasn't able to react in the baseline and help defense, resulting in a layup.
And Akeem Eccles this time is whistled for a foul. That's going to be his second. The clock's under 3 minutes to play here, and John Carter at the free throw line. The first lieutenant hailing from Nashville, Tennessee. Averaging 22 points a game in this tournament, and he gets the friendly roll and brings the Marines within 6. With one more upcoming.
Unfortunate miss there on the back end of those free throws.
Marines have had some opportunities. Eccles leaves it for Haley, and a foul and one. Karen LeBron with the foul. Jillian Punter is going to come out. Wallace will replace him. So Haley at the free throw line. He's playing with 4 fouls. Has 10 points in the game.
That was a great ball fake leading to the layup in the and one. Coach Wilcox imploring his team to get a defensive stop here as the Marines try to keep it close and give themselves a chance in the waning moments of the game.
Time becoming a big factor now, 2.5 to play. Carter kicks it out for Harris. And Harris stepped out of bounds.
Unfortunate there, Harris just losing track of where he is on the court. Results in a turnover.
Bowie to Haley. Haley gets his own rebound, and Will Rogers tied him up.
Will Rogers in there willing
Giving
to
up
scrap.
a foot.
Absolutely willing to scrap and stick his nose in it, do everything he can.
Chambers will inbound here. Working against Carter. Everybody's cleared out. Chambers kicks it up top for Bowie. Bowie got LeBron up in the air, and Bowie delivers a bucket.
Carter loses his shoe as well. Playing defense, trying to slide his feet.
16 points in this one for Mark Bowie. It's a 10-point lead for Army, under 2 to play. LeBron, yes.
Great shot by LeBron, but where would Army be without the play of Mark Bowie today? 16 big points.
Leads all for the Army. Chris Harris with 17 points. John Carter with 25 points. Lead the way for the Marine Corps. As you look at that last shot again from Karen LeBron, don't forget the women's edition of Marine and Army is coming up next, the final game of this 4th day of competition. Your partner, we're over the crest. We're on the downhill.
We are.
Almost the 15th game in the books.
We'll continue to keep rolling. Like I said, the basketball is going to get much better from here on out, competitive. All these teams have played their hearts out.
Tomorrow, Navy Army kicks us off at noon with the men. So this Army squad will be back in action to start us tomorrow. 80-72 the score. Army with the lead. A running floater won't go for Chambers. LeBron challenges Haley, and here comes the Marines in transition. Excuse me.
What a defensive play by the 6'3" LeBron, blocking the 6'8" Haley. Got a foul going the other way.
Will Rogers whistled for the foul. And just taking a look at the players, I mean, they're still going hard, but they're exhausted.
They are. Playing every day has to catch up with you, although they are in great physical shape. But these games have been highly contested, competitive, intense. It's got to take something out of you.
Eccles at the free throw line, 2 for 3. Wayne Walcott pacing, trying to get out of here with the dub.
A little over a minute left. The Marines could really use some points on the board right now. Make this a 2-possession game.
And John Carter has it taken away by Jakari Chambers, and that might have been the dagger. And Harris loses the basketball. And with 54 seconds left, as you look at that last bucket from Chambers, and Wayne Walcott takes his final timeout. We'll see if the Marines got anything left. We'll step aside. Ten-point lead for Army as they try to close out the Marines. Colton Ray into the front court, and he gets fouled. It's been a physical one here this afternoon.
It has been. Nothing has come easy. But prior to that timeout, very unfortunate sequence for the Marine Corps. 2 turnovers on their last 2 offensive possessions.
I'm just watching half the time Coach Mitchell and Coach Walcott as the free throw for Colton Ray goes down.
As the defending champions, the Marines, they're going to get everyone's best shot. And Army certainly gave them a good run today.
1 out of 2 on that trip for Colton Ray. He's got 15 in the game. 83-72, Karen LeBron. When Karen LeBron gets up in the air, that is a smooth looking shot.
He gets some height on that jump shot.
9 points in the game for him. He's averaging 8.7 points a game in the tournament. 4 trifectas for him.
He's doing his best to keep his team in the game here.
Both of these squads played hard here this afternoon, and it looks like Army's gonna escape, but I've seen stranger things with 43 seconds, but no more timeouts either.
Right, both teams in a double bonus. 8-point game, 43 seconds left. The Marines are going to have to go all out here.
Got to get some buckets and some big stops here.
I'm sure we'll see some fouls here soon, and whether or not Army can convert at the free throw line.
Colton Ray escapes, and it's going to be Donald Tension who gets fouled. And that will stop the clock with 37.6. Garello, 2 fouls in the game for the Carmel, California native. And it's Donald Tension at the free throw line.
I think Coach Mitchell wanted that foul a little bit earlier. If they didn't get a steal out of the initial trap, ball came in Garello's direction. He didn't foul as soon as Coach Mitchell wanted him to.
Tension now with 9 points in the game. He had 9 points, including a triple last night against Air Force.
Give Army credit. They've played well today. A couple of players outside of Ray have stepped up, really contributed. Haley, Bowie, Tension. They have pieces.
10 points for him. 4 players in double figures for Army.
A very balanced effort. Coach Wilcox has to be happy about that.
Harris gives it to Garello. Shot partially blocked. And Haley will go to the free throw line with 23.8.
Mutual respect there shown by Coach Mitchell and Colton Ray. Good to see.
Foul on Karen LeBron, that's his second. Haley drops in his 11th point. It was a 15-point game at the half. The Marines trailed by 22, so they fought back valiantly as the second one is missed from Haley.
Yes, for the second time against Army. Army got out to a fast start. The Marines battling back, having to play from behind, couldn't quite get over the hump. They did cut the game to a 2-possession game. Unfortunately, Army pulled away, and now they look like they have the game wrapped up.
LeBron whistled for the foul again. It'll be Jakari Chambers at the free throw line. And I just realized now with that point, it's 5 players in double figures. 11 points for Jakari Chambers.
Ideal offensive output from Army if you're Coach Wilcox.
John Carter with 8 seconds. 7, and Army is going to dribble this one out. An 88-75 win for Army. Army improves to 3-1 in this tournament. The Marines will drop to 1-3.
Well, anything can happen the rest of the week. It's going to be tough for the Marines at 1-3 as defending champions to kind of battle back, but they're probably going to have to win out. But at this point, Army being 3-1 in the driver's seat right now.
For the Marine, they were led by the 25 points of John Carter, 17 for First Sergeant Chris Harris. The Army men led by the 16 points of Mark Bowie, 15 points for Colton Ray, 14 points for Akeem Epples. Donald Tension had 10. Jakari Chambers had 11. So as you said, the balanced scoring sheet. That's going to wrap up our coverage for this game. Don't forget the Marine and Army women are coming up next for For my partner Joel Hines and our entire Second Audio Visual Squadron crew, I'm Dan Hawkins. So long.